Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're really getting into something specific. The Pretoria or City of Tshwane market for private student accommodation, PBSA. And we're looking at this idea of a dual-use property strategy, trying to get stability and chase those higher yields.
Exactly. The core mission for you listening is to sort of unpack how this big structural gap in student housing supply creates, well, a potential investment opportunity.
An arbitrage, almost.
Yeah, basically blending that secure, institutional income from NSFAS with the more premium private rental market.
Okay, and the demand side, that's where it gets wild, right? I saw this fact. TVET colleges, that's technical and vocational education and training,
Right.
they make up about 30% of all students nationally. 30%.
It's a huge number.
But they only have access to maybe 5% of the formal student beds across the country. That seems drastically low.
It is. You've got this massive underserved group, mostly needing NSFAS funding, and they desperately need places to stay. It's a powerful demand driver.
Okay, so that huge demand, that's the bedrock. Let's talk about the income streams then, the anchor, as you put it, NSSAS.
Right, the numbers. So for 2025, the maximum NSFAS allowance for non-catered accommodation, it's capped at 42,640 rands annually.
42,640. Okay. And most PBSA leases run for 10 months, yeah.
Typically, yes. Standard practice.
So if you translate that annual cap over 10 months, you're looking at a monthly income floor of 4,264 rands per bed. Predictable.
4, 2, 6, 4. That's your stability right there.
Yeah.
Your baseline income per accredited spot. That's the floor.
But we also need to look at the ceiling. What about the private market? Single rooms, non-sharing, near somewhere like UP, University of Pretoria.
Yeah, that's where the premium is. Those can fetch, well, easily upwards of 5,500 rands, sometimes 8,000 rands a month even.
8,000.
Yeah.
Big difference from 4,264.
Huge difference. So the goal is blending those two. But here's the thing to think about. If your stable floor is R4,264, but you need really good, probably expensive amenities to attract those R8,000 renters, how much does that baseline income actually help your profit margin? It might get squeezed.
Right. Because the costs apply to all the units, presumably, which I guess takes us straight into the rules and regulations.
Minefield.
You got it. Because to tap into either income stream, NSFAS, or private, you absolutely have to hit and maintain dual compliance.
Meaning
You need full NSFAS accreditation for their funding, and you need to meet all the City of Tshwane zoning and land use requirements, both.
Okay, and I bet the Tshwane side, the zoning, is the big administrative hurdle.
It usually is. It's the primary risk, operationally speaking. We see developers trying to find ways around the full rezoning process, which can be long and very expensive.
How do they do that? Like loopholes?
Kind of. The main strategy is to see if the development can fit under existing residential 1 land rights, maybe classifying it as a commune.
A commune, like just a shared house. Basically, yeah. Often defined as up to 6 unrelated people living together, or sometimes using backyard rooms provisions.
Okay, so that avoids the big rezoning headache. Seems smart, but what's the downside?
The downside is scale. A commune classification, for instance, strictly limits your density. 6 people isn't a large-scale student housing development.
Okay. So it's a faster route, maybe, but caps your potential size. That's a critical trade-off.
A major trade-off. And even if you navigate the zoning, remember that private market ceiling. To actually get those R8,000 rents.
You need the fancy stuff.
Exactly. Your operational spending, the OPEX, it's non-negotiable. Think biometric access control, really good uncapped Wi-Fi that always works.
Reliable Wi-Fi is key for students.
Absolutely. And the big one now, reliable communal backup power. You have to mitigate load shedding. It's expected at the premium end.
Backup power isn't cheap to install or run, so high OPEX is just baked in if you want that top-tier rent.
It is. And that leads to other financial risks beyond just running costs. We need to talk about the NSFAS payment cycle itself.
Uh-oh. Delayed payments?
It happens. You need liquidity. Remember, just last April, in 2025, the scheme had to push out 744 million rands as an advance to landlords just to clear outstanding payments.
744 million. Wow. Okay, so you absolutely need deep cash reserves to float yourself during those delays.
Essential. You can't run out of cash waiting for NSFAS.
Okay.
But that raises another, maybe even bigger financial question mark.
Go on.
It's about that core NSFAS rate we discussed, the 42,640 rands.
Yeah. What about it?
If you look really closely at the official NSFAS documents, that specific rate is often classified under UNI non-catered, non-metro.
Non-metro. But Isn't Pretoria, the city of Tshwane, a metropolitan municipality?
Technically, yes, it absolutely is, which creates a potential discrepancy, a critical ambiguity.
So what happens if they say, oops, Tshwane is a metro, you should be on the metro rate, which might be lower?
Your entire financial model's floor could drop overnight. That 4,264 rands per month might suddenly be less.
Oof. Okay, that's huge. That specific classification needs absolute, direct confirmation from NSFAS before you invest anything.
100%. Urgent institutional verification required. No assumptions.
Right. So let's try and tie this together. The opportunity looks real, driven by this massive undersupply for TVET students in Pretoria, huge demand.
Definitely.
But it's balanced precariously, isn't it? You're navigating complex, potentially limiting zoning rules, facing high operational costs just to be competitive, dealing with systemic NSFAS payment delays, and this worrying ambiguity over the core NSFAS rate itself.
To the complex picture, not straightforward.
Yeah.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to consider.
Okay, let's hear it.
Given that you basically must invest in expensive, superior amenities like that backup power system just to have a shot at attracting the high-yield private renters,
Yeah.
how much does that fixed, potentially uncertain, and lower NSFAS rate of 4,264 rands actually compress your operating margin, especially if you need a large portion of your beds filled by NSFAS students just to provide that stable anchor? How thin does that margin get?